Welcome back to Primetime News. Special welcome to the folks watching on OneSpotMedia.com.
A reminder as well that you can download our One Spot Media app in the Google Play Store or the App Store. That's the number 1 followed by the word Spot and Media.
Despite recent heavy rains damage to infrastructure, farms and several sectors, the Bank of Jamaica says it does not expect prices will rise higher and the 6% this financial year. In other words, it's not changing its forecast.
Earlier this year, the bank had said when the 2017-2018 financial year ends on March 30 next year, prices will have increased anywhere between 4% and 6%. But despite the rains and their potential impact, the bank is maintaining that forecast, at least for now.
The BOJ governor, Brian Winter, explained why when the central bank held its quarterly press briefing in Montego Bay, St. James today, instead of Kingston, as is normally the case. TVJ's Dashan Hendricks reports.
Devastation in Jamaica from days of flood rains. The impact is expected to be felt in infrastructure damage and people being displaced. Agriculture Minister Carl Samuda says the losses on farms will cost millions. So will the Bank of Jamaica maintain its inflation forecast in the range of 4 to 6% for this fiscal year?
The answer is yes.
However, Mr. Winter expanded his answer, saying what will happen to inflation depends on which agricultural products are affected by the floods and how long they take to recover.
We will be assessing when we have that information, which we don't yet have at the bank. And when I say have the information, not in general, but in enough detail to be able to see if there's any reason to change our forecast of what will happen to inflation. But the target will not change.
The matter of inflation aside, Mr. Winter says the economy remains robust. In fact, the Bank of Jamaica took its press briefing outside of Kingston for the first time ever. It took it here to the city of Montego Bay, a city which is booming. And the governor says it took it here to symbolize the boom Jamaica is likely to experience because of improving economic prospects. Nowhere is that seen more than in Montego Bay. Tourism is booming here, helping the country to earn $1 billion by April, when $2 billion is the usual annual turnover. Mr. Winter said if we should subtract money spent to import materials to construct roads and hotels, what Jamaica is earning now in foreign exchange is more than is spent on imports.
This will be the second consecutive year when Jamaica in fact earns more in foreign exchange than it actually spends.
But the value of the Jamaican dollar continues to slide. In 2015, when it reached 120 to 1 US dollar, Mr. Winter then said it was at a competitive value. The US dollar is now selling for more than 130 Jamaican dollars. So what does Mr. Winter think of the exchange rate now?
The exchange rate is fairly valued in our opinion. When we indicate that the dollar is fairly valued, we're saying that at the moment the price is basically reasonable and fair for a buyer and for a seller.
Dashan Hendricks, TVJ News.